In this video, we're going to learn on how to sketch the graph for constant function, and also at the same time later, we will find out the domain and range of the corresponding function we have in the examples. In here, first of all, let us see what is meant by constant function. So for example, when the time I have a function fx equal to a constant, where the k here is referred to the constant, which is a real number. In the remark here, what is the graph of a constant function is just basically a horizontal line with the y-interception equals to k, if let's say the constant function is k. So in general, the domain will be all real number and the range will be just the y value equals to k. And next, now let us see the examples. So example number 1, fx equals to 3. This is an example of constant functions. So let's see how we happen to sketch for this graph here. So in the Cartesian plane, we'll just have a horizontal line pass through the y-axis at equals to 3, at positive 3. So there goes the graph for the constant function fx equals to 3. Second example, if let's say I have the constant function fx equals to -2, then what we have here is that we just have a horizontal line pass through the y-axis at -2. And the last one, if let's say I have fx equal to 0, so it will just happens to be a horizontal line pass through the x-axis. And actually, this graph here is just referred to the x-axis. Continue. Then now for each of these examples here, we're going to find out what is their corresponding domain and range. For example number 1, for domain, we can see that the graph covers every single value on the x-axis, which represent that the domain is from infinity to infinity, or the real number. The range, we notice that the graph only covers one y value, which is equals to 3. So therefore, the answer, we have a set notation brackets, the curly brackets, then inside we just have one number 3 for the range. Similar idea for example number 2, you will see that the domain is all the real number, infinity to infinity. The range, it just covers one y value, which is -2. Example 3, domain is also infinity to infinity. Range, we just cover one value, which is y equal to 0. So this is all about domain and range, and also graph for constant function that you need to know.